The world has changed into a very scary place. A dangerous species of creatures has attacked the Earth. Because of these monsters, almost all of human civilization has been destroyed. The cities are empty and the streets are silent. The story starts with a girl named Blair. She lives all alone in a deserted house in the countryside. She has not seen or talked to another human being for a very long time. She is completely alone, trying to survive day by day. She has one important thing with her, a walkie-talkie. She keeps it close to her at all times, hoping that one day she might hear someone's voice on it. One day, Blair decided to leave her house to look for things. She walked until she reached a strange, old place. It looked like a shelter where many people used to hide when the trouble first started. But now there was nobody there. Everything was broken and dusty. Blair went inside very carefully. She looked around and found some very important things. She found a bottle of water and some medicine. She was very happy to find these, so she quickly put them in her bag. But suddenly, she felt like she was not alone. She felt like someone or something was watching her. She got very scared. Without wasting any time, she ran out of the shelter and did not stop until she reached her home. Back at her house, she went back to her normal routine. She ate her small meals, read her books, and watched her walkie-talkie very carefully. She sat there in the silence, just hoping for a signal. She knew in her heart that surely someone else must have survived in this ruined world. On the other side of the land, far away from Blair, there was a boy named Tommy. He was also struggling very hard to stay alive. He was staying in a place he thought was safe, but suddenly the dangerous creatures arrived there. Tommy saw the danger and realized he had to leave immediately. He started running as fast as he could. While he was running through the woods, his bag fell off his shoulders. This bag had all his important survival tools and food inside. Tommy wanted to stop and pick it up, but the creatures were too close. Saving his life was more important than the bag. He kept running until he found a safe spot to hide. He spent the entire night hiding in the shadows, shaking with fear. He stayed very quiet so the creatures would not hear him. As soon as the sun came up in the morning, Tommy bravely went back to the place where his bag had fallen. He found it, picked it up, and decided he needed to find a new place to hide. Tommy also had a walkie-talkie. He turned it on and tried to contact anyone who might be listening. Fortunately, Tommy's attempt worked. His signal reached Blair's walkie-talkie. This was a huge moment for both of them. It was the first time in a very long time that they had heard the voice of another person. Tommy told Blair his situation. He said he was climbing on top of a very old, tall structure that looked like a large arrow or tower. He told her that the dangerous creatures were wandering around on the ground below him, and he was trapped. Blair wanted to help him. She remembered the place he was talking about and gave him an idea. She told him that there was a window in that structure. She explained that if he could get to that window, he could climb out and escape safely without the creatures seeing him. Tommy listened to her instructions. He found the window and ran out. Because of Blair's help, his life was saved. The next morning, Tommy went back to get the rest of his things. He picked up his bag and his walkie-talkie and started moving again. He told Blair that he had escaped safely. Blair was very, very happy to hear this. She told him again how good it felt to hear a human voice after being alone for so long. Tommy was curious and asked her, "Where are you living?" Blair told him she was living in an old house that had been empty for a long time. She explained that she stayed there to stay away from both the creatures and any bad people. She admitted that she did not have the courage to go very far away from her home. Then Tommy told Blair about his plan. He said that far away, there was a very high mountain peak. He told her that his family used to live there before the world ended. He believed that the mountain would be a safe place, and maybe there were no creatures up there because it was so high and remote. When Blair heard this, she got very excited. She was tired of being alone and scared in her house. She told Tommy that she wanted to go to the mountain with him. However, Blair also gave him a serious warning. She looked at her walkie-talkie and saw that the battery was very low. She told Tommy, "We have to be careful. Our battery is limited. We can only talk to each other 3 times a day to save power." They both agreed to this plan. They decided to move forward very carefully and meet each other at the top of the mountain. Blair quickly started packing her bags. She took everything she needed for a long journey. Tommy also started walking toward the mountain. As they traveled, Tommy became very hungry. He had a little bit of food in his bag, but he did not eat it all at once. He knew that in this new world, he had to be very smart. He knew the journey would be long and difficult. If he finished his food now, he would have nothing for later. He showed great patience and kept walking. On her path, Blair was also moving forward. She entered many empty and broken houses, hoping to find some food left in the kitchens. Since the world was ruined, every house was deserted. She was very careful not to make any noise while she searched. During her journey, we see how Blair has learned to survive. She killed a rabbit to get meat. Later, she also caught and killed a fish. She cooked this food over a fire to keep her strength up. While she was searching one house, she found a pair of headphones. She plugged them in and started listening to music. In this scary and quiet world, the music was her only friend. It helped her feel less alone. Tommy reached an old broken bus on the road. He thought that maybe there would be food or useful things inside. But as soon as he looked through the window of the bus, he heard very strange and scary sounds coming from the back of the bus. He got very frightened. He immediately ran away and found a safe place to sit and rest. After some time, he took out his walkie-talkie to talk to Blair. Blair asked him, "Did you eat anything yet?" Tommy replied, "No, not yet." Blair gave him some advice. She said, "There are empty houses all around you. You can find food in them. Just remember, do not make any noise. If the creatures hear you, you will lose your life." As they talked, Tommy asked Blair a question. "If we both survive this and finally meet, where would you like to go after that?" Blair thought for a moment and said, "I always wanted to go to New York City. I wanted to live there. My family and I had many dreams about that city. But while my father was alive, our dream never came true." Her voice sounded very sad. She told Tommy that the only thing she had left of her father was one old picture. Then Blair asked Tommy about his story. Tommy replied slowly, "I am not a special person. I have only one memory of my father, and that is his necklace. I always keep it with me because it gives me hope. When my father died, I threw his ashes into the sea. If I survive this, I want to go back to that sea one day to say a proper goodbye to him." Blair listened to him quietly. Then she said, "It is going to be dark soon. You should find a place to eat and sleep. Let's talk again at exactly 9 o'clock tonight." Blair continued her journey and came across a church. The church was empty and quiet, but inside she met a strange woman. The woman started talking in a very weird way. The woman said, "God is punishing us for our bad deeds. Humans have committed many sins, and now we are being punished with these creatures." Hearing this made Blair very angry. She shouted at the woman, "If your God was real, he would not let all these people die. Humans are his children, and no father would leave his children alone to be killed. Stop telling me this useless information." Blair was so upset that she left the church immediately and kept walking. It was very late at night. Tommy found an empty house and went inside to look for food. After searching for a while, he finally found something to eat. But just as he was trying to leave the house, he saw a dangerous creature right in front of him. Tommy was terrified. He started running as fast as he could, but he tripped and fell on the ground. In a second, the creature was on top of him. Tommy thought his life was over, but something strange happened. The creature just stared at Tommy for a while and then walked away without hurting him. Tommy was shaking. He ran away and hid in a safe place. He was breathing very hard, and his heart was beating fast. He picked up his walkie-talkie and called Blair. He told her, "A creature attacked me, but it did not kill me. I don't know why, but I survived." Blair was shocked. She said, "How is that possible? No one survives when they get that close to those things." Tommy's voice became very heavy and sad. He said, "When these creatures first came, they killed my father, my mother, and my sister. I was all alone. I couldn't help my father. Now I don't know who I am living for." He started crying. Blair tried to make him feel better. She said, "Tommy, we are still alive. You have to stay alive for me. Do not lose hope. If your father were here, would he want to see you giving up like this? No, we have to be strong and meet at the mountain. Just have faith." They talked for a little longer, and then Blair continued her journey. She found an old broken car on the side of the road. She decided to sleep inside it for the night. Tommy also found a safe place, lit a small fire, and prepared to sleep. In the morning, Blair opened her eyes. As she looked out the car window, she saw a creature standing right outside. She froze with fear. Before she could move, the creature attacked the car and broke the glass. Blair tried to get out. As she stepped out, the creature jumped at her. Blair showed great courage. She used a piece of the broken window to hit the creature and somehow managed to kill it. After the fight, Blair sat on the ground and started crying. It was all too much for her. She was tired of fighting for her life every day. After some time, she stopped crying and picked up her walkie-talkie. She called Tommy. She said, "Tommy, a creature just attacked me. But the scariest thing is that it happened in the daylight. Before, these creatures only came out at night, but now they are learning and changing. This is very dangerous for us." Tommy was also very worried. He said, "We must move faster. I can reach the top of the mountain in about 1.5 days. You must get there as soon as you can. We have to stay alive." They kept moving. Blair's heart was beating fast. She was so scared that she felt like she was going crazy. She told Tommy on the radio, "Please just talk to me. Ask me anything. I am so afraid." Tommy understood her fear and talked to her in a soft voice to calm her down. As Blair walked, she reached a railway track. She sat there for a bit and took some photos with her camera. She wanted to capture these moments to feel like she was still a human being and that she was still alive. On his side, Tommy entered another deserted house. Inside, there was a group of horses that were still alive. As he was looking around, a girl suddenly appeared in front of him. She looked very sick and weak from hunger. The girl said to Tommy, "Give me your bag. If you give it to me, I will let you go. If not, I will kill you." Tommy felt sorry for her because she looked so hungry, but he could not give away his bag. It had everything he needed to stay alive. He said no. The girl got very angry and started screaming loudly. Suddenly, the screaming attracted a creature. When the girl saw the monster, she screamed even louder. Tommy hid in a corner. The creature attacked the girl because she was making so much noise. She was killed right there. Tommy ran out of the house as fast as he could and didn't stop until he was far away. He tried to call Blair to tell her what happened, but she did not answer. He thought maybe she had turned off her walkie-talkie. Blair was also in danger. After she left the railway track, a creature attacked her. She had nowhere to run. She was ready to fight, but suddenly an old man appeared. He had a weapon, and he killed the creature. The old man took Blair to his house. He put a bandage on her wound and made tea for her. Blair asked him, "Why did you help me?" The old man smiled and said, "What else could I do?" Blair asked if he lived alone. He said, "My wife was with me, but the creatures killed her. I escaped. Now I just think to myself that at least she is out of this hell." Later, Blair turned on her walkie-talkie and talked to Tommy. She told him that an old man had saved her. Tommy asked, "Do you trust him? A woman attacked me this morning. People are becoming dangerous." Blair said, "Yes, I trust him. He could have left me to die, but he saved me and gave me food. There are very few people like him left. If we survive, we should live on a farm far away without any fear." Then Blair told Tommy the story of her mother. She said, "One night, a creature attacked me and my mother while we were sleeping. My mother told me to run, but I couldn't leave her. I saw her in so much pain. I had a gun with only one bullet. I killed my mother with that bullet because I couldn't watch her suffer anymore." Blair started crying again. Tommy comforted her and said, "You did the right thing, Blair. It is wrong to let someone stay in that much pain." The old man, James, heard her story too. He told her, "What you did took a lot of courage. Not everyone is that brave." James then gave Blair a bag full of food and water. He told her, "You should go north now. Your friend is waiting for you. Remember, if you ever need a place to stay, my door is always open. I don't have much time left, but this house is yours if you need it." Blair thanked him and left. Tommy was sitting in a quiet place, eating some leftover food. Suddenly, he felt something in the darkness. A creature attacked him. Tommy fought hard. He saw a big stone nearby, picked it up with all his strength, and hit the creature on the head. The creature stopped moving. Tommy tried to call Blair, but his walkie-talkie battery was dead. Blair also tried to call him, but her battery was dead too. They both kept moving without being able to talk. Finally, Tommy reached a small house. He went inside and slept. The next morning, he heard a knock on the door. He opened it, and there was Blair. They were so happy to see each other. After months of being alone and fighting, they had finally found each other. They hugged and talked for a long time. They decided they would stay in that house and build their own world together. But their happiness did not last. Suddenly, two creatures started coming toward the house in the middle of the day. They ran inside and locked the door. Blair looked out the window and said, "They are attacking in the daylight now. We don't have much time." Tommy saw some gas cylinders in the house. He said, "If we open the gas and set the house on fire, we can kill them when they come inside." They turned on the gas. As soon as the creatures broke the door and entered, Tommy and Blair set the house on fire and ran out the back door. There was a huge explosion, and the house burned down with the creatures inside. They watched their house burn, but they didn't give up. Tommy said, "It's okay. We will make another house." Just then, a terrifying sound came from the mountains. They looked up and saw something horrible. A giant creature, much bigger and scarier than all the others, was standing on the mountain. Blair and Tommy looked at each other. They were terrified because this danger was much bigger than anything before. But they also knew that because they were together, they could face it. The story ends here. It shows that no matter how hard things get, if you have courage and someone to stand with you, you can keep fighting. This story is about hope and faith. See you soon in the next recap. Thanks for watching.